Wednesday, day 2. Alright guys, so it's November 2nd, day 2 of Nano, and I am about to leave to go to work. Today, I think we're going to talk about time. Also, small sidebar, fall is by far my favorite season, and I love the weather. However, today's one of those days that I absolutely hate fall because it's 50 degrees outside right now, and by the time I leave work, it's going to be like 82. So like, just dressing for that is the worst thing in the world. Alright, so it's lunchtime now, and I've got my fried rice and 0 words for the day. So that is what I plan on working on during lunch. I haven't wrote anything. Been kind of a busy morning fixing little things here and there. So food, words, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so it's a lot later in the day than I expected to be checking in again. I got like 150 words done during lunch, and that's about all. But it's like 2:30 now, and we still have plenty of day left to get our goal for the day. I'd like to be over 5,000 words by the end of the day, so we'll see if we can make it there. Alright, so it's time to leave work now, and that means that I get to go home and write. So I will see you guys outside where I'm going to practice vlogging in public again. I seriously almost die crossing this street every day that I come to work or leave work because there's just so much traffic on it. Alright, so let's talk about time, right? Nano is just as much about time as it is words. You have a month for 50,000 words, so there's 2 elements there. You definitely have to write, but you also have to make time to write. And making time to write can be significantly harder than what some people think, right? You can have school or work and family stuff, and you don't know what the month is going to bring you as far as like curveballs that are going to hit, and you're going to have those during Nano. So you've got to deal with that and find a way to make time to get your 50,000 words. It is hot outside. Like, November shouldn't be this warm. I know I'm from Ohio and all, but like, it's 70 degrees there too. So like, this is crazy. Anyways, back on the subject of time. When I was originally starting to think about doing Nano, I thought a lot about this, and I didn't know if I'd have time. I was starting a new job and all of that stuff, and you have a social life, and yeah. But what really like set me over the edge in knowing that I could do this and do a daily vlog during it, I thought about my childhood, and that may seem a little weird, but my dad had worked at the same place for like 30 years, and he worked a lot, like a ton. My mom calls him a workaholic. He would work 60, 70, 80 hours a week, and I thought about him and how he used to work, and he used to work so hard to provide for us. And not only did he do that, he could work 80 hours a week, and he never missed a baseball game. He never missed a football game. He helped coach half of them. He was so involved and never missed anything. And I appreciate that so much because it taught me a good lesson that I don't know that I realized until right now. But if it's important to you, you can make time for it. We only have X amount of hours in a day, that's true, but you have priorities that you get to manage. And if you manage them properly, then you have time to accomplish everything that you want to accomplish. So yeah, Dad worked 80 hours a week, but he wanted to accomplish the ability to have a house and food on the table. And he also wanted to accomplish being a good father, which he did 1,000 times over. So thinking about that made me realize that I could do Nano, I could do daily vlogs, and I could still live my life. Alright, walking into the apartment now. It's time to get a snack and do some writing, I think. Alright, so it's kind of ironic that the topic of today's video is time, and I just told you guys that I was going to take a quick snack and then start writing more, when a quick snack turned into dinner at a Mexican restaurant, and it's now 7:50 and I haven't wrote any more. Oh man. Alright, day 2, I'm at 3,383 words, which means I hardly made any progress. Obviously, I haven't wrote since lunch at work, and now we're here. Luckily, I'm still on pace, 1667 a day. I wanted to get to 500 today, or sorry, not 500. I wanted to get to 5,000 today. We will see if that happens. Yeah, that might be a little difficult. So let's get to it. When you have to write, but the World Series is also on, this is the strategy. All right, so it's 8:55 and I'm up to All right, so it's 8:55 and it's pretty slow going. I'm at 3,813 words, which is way less than what I wanted to be at 9 o'clock because I thought I'd be editing my video now. I wanted to get to 5,000 tonight. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to shoot for 4,000 and call it a night and then edit this vlog. The World Series is on, so it makes it a little bit harder. I'm a little bit more distracted. Yeah, I'm going to get to 4,000 and we'll check in then. All right, we made it. 4,012 words. And that's where I'm calling it a night for the writing, at least the writing that's going to be in this vlog, because I need to get this stuff into my computer and start chopping away at that. So 4,012 words at the end of day 2. All right, so just a couple last quick thoughts about time. First, I don't want to make it seem like my dad was the only one who did anything in my household, because my mother was an absolute beast at making time for things too. She held down a job, sometimes more than one. She worked overnights and she was always up in the morning with me and made sure I got on the bus or I got to school. She always made sure that she was home when I got home from school, and we always had dinner, breakfast, everything that you could ask for. She did all of my laundry my entire life, washed dishes. I mean, she was a super mom along with working the entire time. So both of my parents seemed to find a way to squeeze every drop out of 24 hours. And I always wondered why my parents never had a social life. Most of my childhood, I didn't know if my parents had friends or not other than family. And this was always concerning to me. Like, I don't know, it's weird to me hearing about your friends' parents like having friends and your parents don't really have any. And looking back, I understand why. They didn't really have time for social interaction because they were too busy being as awesome as they could to my sister and I. Yeah, I guess this video is just about me loving my parents a whole lot, but like, thank you, Mom and Dad. And the last thing on time, we probably spend a lot more time being really busy doing nothing than what we think. So if you're struggling to find time this month during Nano, the next day after you say, oh man, like I didn't have any time to do writing today, the next day, take a piece of paper with you and a pen, or do it in your phone in notes. And literally every time you switch positions, like locations, write down the time it is then and what you just did. And see where those gaps are that you could maybe fill in with writing instead of scrolling through your Facebook feed or scrolling through Twitter one more time or scrolling through Instagram. Social media is great and it's a beautiful thing, but when we're trying to be productive and we're trying to do the impossible of writing 50,000 words in a month, it may not be the best use of your time. All right, so that's all I've got for day 2 of Nano. Once again, 4,012 words. That wasn't the right 4,012 words. Yeah, if you guys like this video, hit that like button, leave comments down below if you have questions about time management or how you deal with lack of time or extra time, or feel free to comment anything you want. All comments are good comments, and I promise I'll interact with you. If you want to continue to follow along in this journey, hit that subscribe button. New video every day in November. If you enjoy what I'm doing here, you like the content, and you want to share it, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you use, feel free to do that. It would make me super, super happy. That is it for today. I will be back tomorrow with day 3 of Nano. I hope you all have a great rest of your night, and I hope your word counts are growing. Bye.